I've been astral projecting a lot more lately, and I'm creating something called the Astral Formula, in which I will be giving you a formula to astral project more consistently, to really build this skill within you to where it's an everyday thing. I'm going to be giving you a lifestyle. I'm going to be explaining what astral projection is, how it actually works. I'm going to be telling you how to navigate food. I'm going to be changing your sleep routine, or how you go about sleeping. Now, everything about that is not going to immediately get you out of body, but it's going to make you train that skill. It's like learning how to play basketball. After the first day, you don't know how to dribble between your legs, much less dribble with your offhand, but over time you train yourself in the skill of ball handling. So it's going to be the same thing with astral projection. Now, what I want to speak primarily about here is using astral projection for manifestation. And it's so exciting. Primarily what I'm going to be speaking about is changing your relationship with another. There's so many things you can use it for, especially with personal development. But yeah, let's give a few examples. So what happened a while ago is I started to focus more on money. I was getting a little bit stressed about money, and I wasn't really sure where this would take me. And it was starting to build up parts in me that, or aspects of me that I really wasn't enjoying that much. You know, when you start focusing on money, you tend to become more greedy because you're thinking about money as an object, this thing that you must possess, and money will come and money will go. So when you have money, parts of you that are kind of nasty tend to come up. You want to hold on to that object. And when it goes away, even more nasty parts come up because now you desire that object. And it's just not good for spiritual growth. Possession is just something you should not exercise. So I astral projected into the future of me where I only cared about money, and I had a ton of money, I had a ton of time, and I wasn't happy. I had people around me that were living the same lifestyle, and I wasn't happy. So when I came back here, this is a really fun part. Since you travel to different dimensions, different realities, different realms, whatever you want to call it, different planes, I'm going to call it different planes of consciousness in this, different planes. What you're doing as consciousness, that which is aware, is you're witnessing the emotional patterns. You're witnessing the mental patterns that this aspect of you is currently putting their focus towards. And whenever you put your focus towards, it's going to grow. It's just like any manifestation, truly. If you focus on a thought, it's going to start creating an emotion within you. And as you start holding yourself in that emotion, it's eventually going to inspire physical action. So you right now are doing that with certain things, and other aspects of you are doing that on other planes of consciousness. It's all taking place right now. But when you shift the focal point of your awareness to those planes and see how that you is experiencing life when you focus on those things and how life pans out for that version of you, you can then come back here and nitpick aspects of that life that you enjoy and bring them here. And suddenly you create a whole new mix. It's like those two realities had a little baby, but you're doing it very consciously. Now, I did this with the money thing. I went out there, I was like, oh, life really isn't that fun, because I have all this money and all this time, but my well-being is at an all-time low. And none of these things actually bring me permanent peace. It's just a temporary high. It's no different than a drug, truly. And so I came back here and I shifted my focus away from money. And I realized what really matters is happiness. Money is a byproduct of being happy. The next thing was confidence. I noticed my confidence was going down. My ability to speak my ideas was going down. My overall will to share was going down because I didn't feel like I was worthy enough. And it was affecting my social relationship with a particular individual. And so I astral projected into the future of me keeping this decline of my confidence going. And in this, we were both kind of gross inside and out. We had both gained weight. We were both yucky to each other. Our fights were gross. I felt very submissive. I let people walk over me. I realized in my memory bank, in this aspect of myself, I could see how I had just ruined myself. I had gone through a bad breakup, expressed myself, and then once again gone back into my cave out of fear. And so I came back and I said, no, I don't want to live like that. I want to be confident in myself. And the best thing is this was me in the future. This is me holding my focus on the thought of I'm not confident and having maybe like a year and a half of expressing that. right now I'd only had like a day, so it had no real effect on my physical reality. It was much more of an internal thing. The last one was again with this particular individual. We had no care in the world. We were super poor, hyper poor, but we were living in the city, and we had made friends with this individual who sold clothes and kind of like a Saturday market selling, just outside on like the city plaza. And what they did is they hid money inside the clothes for us. They'd put $10 bills, $1 bills, and we were friends with them. And so we'd take the money, and it would just be for fun. We would just take the money and just go around and enjoy time with each other. But that was about it. We were only enjoying time with each other. We weren't doing our own things. And this, again, sparked, ideas within me is, okay, I can see how happy we could be together, but there are certain things which I would like to enjoy with myself. There was no time alone in this life between us two. It was simply us two all the time, 24/7. We were basically like a symbiotic relationship. And when I came back here, I was seeing the seed form of that. And again, not a bad thing. I actually realized how unconditional my love was towards this individual and this experience. And so I decided I wanted to bring that back here and hold myself in that space. And that has been doing wonders for my well-being in this reality, which is in turn affecting everything else. Because whenever I decide to focus on something that makes me feel good here, everything else works out. Just as when I focus on something that makes me feel bad, suddenly everything else is going terribly. So it's just incredible what astral projection has given me in simply a week, roughly around a week. That example where I talk about the money, where I shifted my perspective on money, that was the 4 days in the astral plane, the vacation. I think I probably posted the other video where I talk about the other stuff, but it's just so cool what you can do with it in such a short amount of time. And these aren't even like ridiculously conscious experiences. I'm coming back with maybe like 70% of my experience. And for the most part, I'm not even to the point where I'm consciously shifting through these realities. I just find myself in these astral projections. And that's how I'm really enjoying going into it, because if I have an expectation, I kind of make the whole thing a little bit harder for myself. And I make astral projection harder because I expect everything to go a certain way, when the transition in astral projection itself is honestly so freaking simple. I just know that skill, that ability to consciously shift through the realities is something I'm going to develop later, and I'm okay with that. Right now, I'm totally fine with just being given a gift and enjoying that experience for what it is and learning the lessons. It makes life that much easier because I'm still growing and I'm basically on autopilot. So that is how you can use astral projection to alter your relationships with people. It is so freaking sick that this simple skill is... I'm just so excited to teach you guys. I'm still in the process of writing it out. I just really want to make this good because I do plan on monetizing myself after this. $26 an hour, but all the work that I'm going to give out is going to be free. The reason I want to monetize myself is because now my time means a lot more to me. And I still want to help people. I'm going to help people. I'm going to DM all this stuff, but this is also a dream of mine to live out my life doing this stuff. And sadly, it costs money to live in society, but all money is a form of help. You help me, I help you, and I give it back. Damn. I feel like I'm coming out of the closet asking for money to do this. Only time will tell. I love you guys. I will see you guys soon. Peace. Take care.